Here's a beautiful Easter centerpiece that I made. You know I love making candlestick arrangements. This is a tall candlestick that I was thrifting and came upon. It wasn't the perfect finish, so I painted it. Please know that when you find something, if it's not the perfect color, you can always change it. I did add a block of floral foam on top of this. I glued it, and then I put some zip ties around it to make sure that it was secure. Once it is secure, you want to cover all of your mechanics with moss, which I am doing here. And I always tell people the picks that I use to secure that are the leftover stems from floral bushes because they are wired stemmed or wired stems. So it makes it so easy to bend them into a U and stick them into the moss to be able to secure it. I then have my bunny here, which his legs will be hanging over. So I secured him by using wooden skewers, stuck them into him, and then stuck it into the floral foam. Once he's on there, I did start adding some of my taller greens just to get an idea of how that was going to frame him. Always stand back and take a look. I like to put my bigger elements first. So now I'm going to make my bow. I have a few different ribbons here that I'll be using. And I want to make a bow that is more vertical with long tails because this is a tall piece. For those of you looking to make this hand bow, which is very simple, I do have a video on my YouTube going very slowly and showing how to use this. But I'm going with the colors that are in the bunny here, as well as the florals that I picked to go within this piece. Once I have my bow in my hand ready, I secure it with another zip tie. And then I use one of those picks again made from the floral bushes that I could just bend into a U and stick that into the floral foam. Once I have the bow in is when I will cut my tails to make sure that they are the right size and put some dovetails on them. And then I will continue just to add my florals around him. This is a front-facing piece because the bunny faces one way, but you do want to make sure that you stand back and continue to look at it and make sure that the back is finished as well. I keep adding florals in and turning it. I'm using a variety of colors here, all pretty spring colors that coordinate with the bunny perfectly. Such happy colors in greens and purples and pinks. And again, just keep standing back to make sure that you don't have any bare spots. Cut all of the florals off of your bush and just keep adding them in and keep turning the piece again to make sure that you have a full piece and no bare spots. I love that this piece is so tall. This really makes a statement and could be a beautiful centerpiece on a table. And because it's so tall, it won't prevent you from seeing people on the other side of the table if you still have this on the table while people are seated. This would make a beautiful entrance piece as you walk in the door if you have a table next to your door. It really is such a festive piece. Now I'm going around and adding greenery. Because this is tall, I want to add some greenery on the bottom that will drape down. I love using florals that are fluttery and a little wispy to add a little dimension and movement, which are these green and yellow pieces you see here. And then I'll continue adding greenery on the bottom so that it sort of drapes down. Again, you sort of want to keep standing back and getting an idea of what needs to be filled in order to have balance in this piece. I like looking for the long pieces of greenery that can drape down. Ivy is great for this as well. And I always say to use a variety of greenery in both color and texture and size. I'm adding a few more of these. I'm not sure what they're called. I never know exactly what the florals are called. I go more visually, knowing that they will work. And again, stand back to make sure it's full.